shall not exceed a percentage of the county government's total revenue as prescribed by the county executive member for finance in regulations and approved by the county assembly. Regulation 25 suborder 1B of the PFMA county governments 2015 sets the limit at 5% of the total revenue. 4. Over the medium term, the government's borrowing shall be used only for the purpose of financing development expenditure and not for recurrent expenditure. 5. County debt shall be maintained at a sustainable level as approved by the county assembly. 6. The physical risks shall be managed prudently. And 7. A reasonable degree of predictability with respect to the level of tax rates and tax bases shall be maintained, considering any tax reforms that may be made in future. In preparation of 2025-2026 budget estimates, has adhered to fiscal responsibility principles so as to ensure prudence and transparency in the management of public resources, save for the compensation to employees limit, which stands at 42.6%, way above the set limit of that 5%. Honorable Speaker, in examination of the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget estimates, the estimates were submitted to the County Assembly on 30th April in line with Article 224 of the Constitution as read together with Section 129 subsection suborder 2 of P 2012 and Standing Order 206 suborder 1 of the County Assembly Standing Orders. Pursuant to Standing Order number 206 suborder 3, the budget estimates were committed to BAC as well as sectoral committees of the Assembly on 11th June 2025 for review of the proposals for each sector. Further, additional notes were submitted to the Assembly on 20th June 2025. The Budget Appropriations Committee examined and discussed the submissions of the sector as well as views from the public during public participation and subsequently considered them in finalizing the next financial year's budget. Looking at the public participation, consultations and submission of memoranda, Articles 196, Subarticle 1 of the Constitution provides that a county assembly shall A. conduct its business in an open manner and hold its sittings and those of its committees in public, and B. facilitate public participation and involvement in the legislative and other businesses of the assembly and its committees. Section 131, subsection 2 of PFMA of 2012 provides that before the county assembly considers the estimates of revenue and expenditure, the relevant committees of the county assembly shall discuss and review the estimates and make recommendations to the county assembly. And in finalizing the recommendations to the county assembly, the committee shall take into account the views of the county executive committee member for finance and the public on the proposed recommendations. In reviewing fiscal year 2025-2026 budget estimates and in accordance with the above provisions, the Budget and Appropriations Committee and sectoral committees held sittings with the relevant stakeholders, which included meetings with the county executive committee member, chief officers from various county departments, county assemblies, accounting officer, and members of the public. The county assembly invited CECMs and CEOs of various departments to sectoral committees for interrogations of respective department budget estimates on 18th June 2025 to the assembly. Assembly also held public participation on 19th June 2025, and we have attached here an annexure of the advertisement, and requested for written memoranda from general public to be submitted through the office of the clerk. By the end of the set deadline for submission of the memoranda, the assembly received one joint memorandum on 19th June 2025 from Violet Mbiti Foundation, Machakos Civil Society Network, and others regarding gender-responsive budgeting. These submissions have been considered and incorporated in the Budget and Appropriations Committee recommendations and in preparation of the estimates. Honorable Speaker, I will look at the highlights of the budget estimates, which were the submitted proposals. Total budget for the county government for fiscal year 2025-2026 is estimated to be 15,042,129,240 Kenya shillings. This is an increase of 649,943,607 Kenya shillings from fiscal year 2024-2025 approved budget. The committee noted that the county treasury has proposed an increase of 41,846,533 Kenya shillings to the resource envelope from the 2025 county fiscal strategy paper ceiling of 15,282,707 Kenya shillings as approved by the assembly. The difference was as a result of increase in on-source revenue and health revenues and a decrease in the provision of asset disposal. The projected revenue is appropriated for recurrent and development purposes in these proposed proportions. 10,516,714,277 Kenya shillings, that is 70% for recurrent, and 4,525,414,963 Kenya shillings, that is 30% for development expenditure. The total personnel enrollments is budgeted at 6,407,222,552 Kenya shillings, a total wage bill of 42.6%. The operations and maintenance is projected at 3,941,033,508 Kenya shillings. During deliberations with sectoral committees, it emerged that the issue of pending bills continues to persist despite the national government's directive to clear all pending bills in preceding financial years. The committee proposes that the county treasury prepares a payment plan and submits it to the county assembly. The county should also adhere to the proposed budget estimates, and the assembly should interrogate any additional expenditure requests that may arise in the course of the financial year and only allow requests that are deemed to be core and of emergency nature at the time of request. Honorable Speaker, looking at the financing of the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget, the revenue for the fiscal year 2025-2026 as proposed by the county treasury is 15,042,129,240 Kenya shillings, comprising of A, equitable share of 10,027,000,000 Kenya shillings, B, unconditional grants of 1,708,218 Kenya shillings, which includes court fines of 1,617,189 Kenya shillings and mineral royalties of 91,029 Kenya shillings. C, conditional grants, 922,645,906 Kenya shillings, comprising of 1, Community Health Promoters Project, 83.25 million Kenya shillings, 2, Kenya Urban Support Project, institutional grant of 35 million Kenya shillings, Kenya Urban Support Project Development Grant, that is KUSPDG, 90,174,566 Kenya shillings, Kenya Devolution Support Program, level 2, level 1, that's 7.5 million Kenya shillings, Kenya Devolution Support Program 2, level 2, 352.5 million Kenya shillings, Universal Healthcare Involved Context from Danida, 11,943,750 Kenya shillings, Aquaculture Business Development Program from IFAD, 12,262,438 Kenya shillings. Financing locally led climate change action program called FLOCA, 137.5 million Kenya shillings. FLOCA for county climate institutional support by World Bank, 11 million Kenya shillings. National Agricultural Value Chain Development Project, 151,515,152 Kenya shillings. And another source is hospital revenues, 997,846,534 Kenya shillings, and on source revenue of 3,092,928,852 Kenya shillings, giving a total resource envelope of 15,042,129,240 Kenya shillings.
Okay, proceed. Yeah, before Mr. Chairman, you continue. This is a resource envelope. In the morning during the supplementary budget, you mentioned that KRB will be factored here. Where is it in the resource envelope?
Honorable Speaker, I wish to take the House just to respond to that question to page 19. Let's move together. Page 19. It is clearly enumerated in page 19. Honorable Speaker, allow me to continue. The committee notes that on-source revenue target is very high, given the trend of the same over the previous years, and thus urges the County Treasury to review the same and further put in place strong revenue strategies, collection strategies to ensure the achievement of the target. Despite the continued trend of not realizing on-source revenue collection targets, the County Treasury has enhanced the revenue targets from County Fiscal Strategy Paper of 2025 ceiling of 3,091,784,053 Kenya shillings to 3,092,928,582 Kenya shillings. The hospital revenues projection is also high and needs to be addressed. This may be unattainable, leading to more pending bills and overall under-implementation of the budget, especially the development expenditure. Honorable Speaker, allow me to read through submissions from public, sectoral committees, and CCM Finance.
Proceed.
From the public participation, Article 196, Sub-Article 1B of the Constitution requires the County Assembly to facilitate public participation and involvement in the legislative and other businesses of the Assembly and its committees. In addition, Section 131, Subsection 2 of PFMA of 2012 requires the relevant committees of the County Assembly to which the budget estimates are committed to consider the views of the public when finalizing its report on the proposed recommendations to the Assembly. In this regard, the Assembly conducted public participation on 19th June 2025. The submissions received from the public covered a wide range of concerns from all sectors. The summary of public views as per departments are as follows. Department of Health. The public needs proper and specific programs proposed in the various health facilities and further raised concerns on non-provision of non-financial information such as staff establishment in the department. In addition, they also complained about insufficient drugs in the health facilities despite the huge budget provision. Department of Gender, Youth, Sports and Social Welfare. There was a concern raised on several funds in the budget estimate, and they recommended that they be combined and classified to the specific beneficiaries. Say, for example, women, youth, PWDs, etc. They further proposed capacity and training for the inexperienced youth. Further, the public proposed that there was a need to introduce a vote for gender mainstreaming, which was currently not provided for. Department of Finance, Economic Planning and Revenue Management. The public was concerned by the high target for on-source revenue and hospital revenue, stating that the same has never been achieved and therefore proposed that the target should be realistic, achievable, hence proposed reduction of the same. Further, members of public were concerned of high budgetary allocation in the department, especially for software and routine maintenance of revenue system, and therefore proposed a reduction. Department of Lands, Urban Development, Housing and Energy. The public proposed that the budget for the 3 municipalities be enhanced. Department of Agriculture, Food Security and Cooperative Department. Members of the public proposed that the county should consider budgetary allocation of fruit, seedlings and supply of quality certified crop seeds. Further, it was proposed that there is a need to control the whole agricultural value chain. Department of Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change. Members of the public proposed that the county should be specific on climate mitigation strategies to benefit from carbon credits. Department of Trade, Industry, Tourism and Innovation. The public proposed restoration of Machawood and the Youth Center to their initial status and avoid using them for other activities. It was also proposed that an SME fund be established to finance small and medium enterprises. From sectoral committees, Honorable Speaker, these committees reviewed budget proposals for each department within their purview, conducted interrogations on 18th June, and submitted their recommendations to the Budget and Appropriations Committee for incorporation in the report as follows. Environment and Natural Resources Committee The committee noted and resolved that the budget was in line with CFSP ceiling and be approved as proposed. Finance and Revenue Collection Committee, the committee recommended that the department estimates be retained as proposed. Agriculture Committee, the committee observed that the budget allocation for the department is in line with CFSP ceilings and proposed an increase of budget for the purchase of certified crop seeds and for artificial insemination. Further, the committee recommended that the budget for the purchase of fish fingerlings be reallocated for rehabilitation of cattle dips within the county. They noted that the department has a pending bill of 242,363,722.21 Kenya shillings for both recurrent and development, which needs to be settled. Transport, Roads, Public Works Committee. The committee made the following observations: that the recurrent budget by 24,297,000 Kenya shillings, and the development budget be increased by 277,779,479 Kenya shillings. Social Welfare and Sports Committee. The sectoral committee recommended as the following: 1, that in development budget of youth and sports, 10 million Kenya shillings be deducted from sports complex program and be reallocated to the upgrading of playgrounds. 2, that the youth empowerment program be domiciled in the Department of Youth, Sports, Gender and Social Welfare. 3, that all pending bills be paid promptly to avoid the ballooning of bills. Water and Irrigation Committee. The committee recommends an increase in current ceilings to adequately support its workforce and maintain operations and settlement of pending bills amounting to 398,872,132 Kenya shillings. Education and Social Services Committee. The sectoral committee recommended an enhancement of 1, capitation funds by 50 million, 2, construction of new ECDE classrooms by 27 million, 3, ECDE feeding program by 23 million Kenya shillings, 4, budget to ensure that ECDE teachers are employed on permanent basis. Lands and Energy Committee. This committee recommends that 1, Department of Finance pays the consultant on spatial planning 42 million for fiscal year 2023-2024 and 21 million for fiscal year 2024-2025. 2, enhance allocation of GIS lab from 7.4 million Kenya shillings to 15 million Kenya shillings. 3, pending bills that are payable be cleared. 4, in determining where to install floodlights, then the area MCAs be involved. 5, repair and maintenance of floodlights, the streetlights and streetlights across the county. Trade, Economic Planning and Industrialization Committee. The committee recommends that 1, an increment of the development vote by 30 million Kenya shillings for construction of open-air markets within the county. 2, revision of development vote under SME sector upwards by 28,574,803 Kenya shillings to cater for construction of additional 22 border sheds, annual regional trade fair and exhibition. 3, the department settles all pending bills. Culture and Tourism Committee. The sectoral committee proposes an allocation for recruitment of director for liquor licensing. The committee recommended payment of pending bills totaling to 34,358,880 Kenya shillings in the department. Labor, Public Service and ICT Committee. In the sector, Public Service and Performance Management, the sectoral committee recommends that the budget be enhanced as follows. 1, medical insurance for county staff by 86 million. And 2, WIBA by 30 million. The committee further recommended that all pending bills in the department be paid. Health and Emergency Services Committee. The committee proposed that 77,892,693 Kenya shillings be reallocated to the recurrent budget of the Department of Health to match fiscal year 2024-2025 budget to cater for purchase of medical drugs and non-pharmaceutical supplies. 142,432,798 Kenya shillings be reallocated to the Department of Health to match fiscal year 2024-2025 budget to cater for construction of level 2 and level 3 hospitals. Decentralized Units and County Administration Committee. The sectoral committee recommends that the allocation for emergency fleet fuel and be enhanced with 5 million Kenya shillings. Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. The committee recommends the following. The recurrent budget for Office of the County Attorney be enhanced by 72,872,485 Kenya shillings to cater for employee salaries and statutory deductions. 2. Development budget be enhanced by 5 million Kenya shillings to enable construction of the office block. 3. Payment of a pending bill of 8,473,802.8 Kenya shillings for the construction of the County Attorney's office block. Honorable Speaker, the CACM Finance and Economic Planning and Revenue Management made the following submissions on 23rd June. A. The CCM gave a brief of previous year's budget implementation and a progress report on the current fiscal year's budget absorption. As at 4th June 2025, the CCM indicated a budget absorption rate of 86% for recurrent expenditure and that 4% for development expenditure. These figures were derived from the performance against the departmental approved budget, allocations for fiscal year 2024-2025, and the absorption per department as attached in Annexure 2. There is an annexure after the report. In addition, absorption for fiscal year 2023-2024 was at 57% and 90% for development and recurrent expenditure respectively. B. On provision for other capital grants and transfers, that is pending bills from previous financial years, and a development budget in the Department of Finance for 33.2 million Kenya shillings and recurrent 200 million Kenya shillings, and the overall county pending bill status as well as the amount proposed to be settled within the next financial year. The CCM gave out a summary of analysis pending bills movements based on historical and current status as at 9th June 2025. We've also put an annexure of that report. C. On provision to compensation of employees which exceeds the set legal limit of 35% and stands at 42.6%, the CCM responded that it was largely attributed to the critical staffing levels within the health sector, whose personnel emoluments amount to 3.4 billion against a total wage bill of 6.4 billion, representing approximately 22% of the total revenue. D. On the strategies put in place to ensure realization of targeted on-source revenue as well as the hospital revenues, CCM responded that he has improvised the following measures to improve on revenue collection. That is, valuation roll for property taxation, county debt revenue management, digitization of all revenue streams, fraud-proof accountable documents, revenue machinery one-stop shop initiative, establishment of revenue communication unit, continuous capacity building for revenue officers, on-source revenue mapping, building plan approvals, sector engagement, review and update the legislative and policy frameworks, that is base laws and regulations, and revenue guideline tools, that is SOPs, standard operating procedures. E. On non-compliant to program-based budget format specified in the county treasury's budget circular, the CCM responded that the county has included the summary of human resource requirement for the departments with the missing information. F. On the evidence of the county executive committee's approval of the proposed budget as per section 129 of PFMA of 2012, the CCM stated that the county executive committee duly reviewed and approved the budget estimates, thereby fulfilling the legal requirement prior to submission to the county assembly. G. In compliance with the Public Finance Management Act on the allocation of at least 2% of the total revenue for county emergency fund, CCM stated the law does not prescribe a specific amount to be allocated to the county emergency fund. Rather, it provides a ceiling beyond which allocations should not be exceeded, thereby granting counties the discretion to determine appropriate funding levels based on prevailing needs and physical space within the confines of the established legal threshold. Honorable Speaker, I will request the House to look at that table provided below, where the CCM gave a report on clarification for each department. And Honorable Speaker, if you allow me, I will request the House to look at page 24, Honorable Speaker, where we have is a schedule giving 24. It's a summary of the recommended budgetary allocations by the committee. Later on, I will go to the committee observations. I will start with the Department of Office of the Governor. The first column will be recurrent, second one will be development, and then the last will be total. Office of the Governor, recurrent, 784,108,376 Kenya shillings. Development, 22,926,329 Kenya shillings. Total, 807,034,705 Kenya shillings. That is 5.31% of the total budget. Department of Devolution, recurrent, 1,225,447,582 Kenya shillings. Development, 430,341,913 Kenya shillings. Total, 1,655,789,495 Kenya shillings. Translating to 10.90% of the total budget. Trade, industry, tourism and innovation. Recurrent, 169,401,323 Kenya shillings. Development, 152,030,496 Kenya shillings. Total, 321,431,819 Kenya shillings. That is 2.12% of the total budget. Finance, economic planning and revenue management. Recurrent, 1,211,595,425 Kenya shillings. Development, 537,153,765 Kenya shillings. Total, 1,748,749,190 Kenya shillings. That is 11.51%. Agriculture, food security and cooperative development. Recurrent, 250,185,779 Kenya shillings. Development, 329,294,595 Kenya shillings. Total, 579,480,374 Kenya shillings. Translating to 3.81%. Health, recurrent, 4,201,906,177 Kenya shillings. Development, 521,247,542 Kenya shillings. Total, 4,729,153,719 Kenya shillings. Translation, 31.09% the total budget. Roads, transport and public works. Recurrent, 266,879,278 Kenya shillings. Development, 1,158,939,932 Kenya shillings. Total, 1,425,819,210 Kenya shillings. Translation, 9.38%. Education, recurrent, 805,623,068 Kenya shillings. Development, 107,200,939 Kenya shillings. Total, 912,824,007 Kenya shillings. Translation, 6.01%. Lands, urban development, housing and energy. Recurrent, 262,129,088 Kenya shillings. Development, 231,229,113 Kenya shillings. Total, 493,358,201 Kenya shillings, giving 3.25% of the total budget. Gender, youth, sports and social welfare. Recurrent, 209,023,798 Kenya shillings. Development, 282,857,555 Kenya shillings. Total, 491,881,353 Kenya shillings. Translation, 3.24%. Water, irrigation, environment and climate change. Recurrent, 140,720,821 Kenya shillings. Development, 657,048,294 Kenya shillings. Total, 797,769,115 Kenya shillings. Translation, 5.25%. County Public Service Board. Recurrent, 43,276,101 Kenya shillings. Development, 7,404,438 Kenya shillings. Total, 50,680,539 Kenya shillings. Translation 0.33%. County Assembly recurrent 967,857,996 Kenya shillings. Development 155 million Kenya shillings. Total 1,122,857,996 Kenya shillings. Translation 7.39%. County Attorney recurrent 59,053,779 Kenya shillings. Development 3,702,219 Kenya shillings. Total 62,755,998 Kenya shillings, translating to 0.41%. Totals for recurrent 10,597,208,591 Kenya shillings. That is 69.75% of the total budget. Totals for development 4,596,377,130 Kenya shillings. That is 30.25% of the total budget. And the total budget is 15,193,585,721 Kenya shillings. Honorable Speaker, allow me to take the House back to the committee's observations. That is page 17. The proposed budget estimates have a recurrent expenditure of 10,516,714,277 Kenya shillings. This represents 69.29% of the total budget as approved in the CFSP of 2025 ceiling, which was 10,474,867,746 Kenya shillings, while the development expenditure is 4,525,414,963 Kenya shillings, which represents 30.08% of the total budget as approved in this in the county physical strategy paper of 2025 ceiling, which was 4,525,414,961 Kenya shillings. The county resource envelope for fiscal year 2025-2026 totals to 15,042,129,240 Kenya shillings, while the amount recommended in the approved CFSP 2025 ceiling was 15,282,707 Kenya shillings. In relation to the fiscal responsibilities principles, the county treasury proposes to allocate 30.08% of the total revenue on development expenditures, while compensation to employees stands at 42.6%. Some items that are normally classified as recurrent in nature have been budgeted for under development. That is, for example, purchase of motor vehicles, purchase of softwares, feasibility studies, purchase of computers, fuels and lubricants, purchase of office furniture and general equipment, and other capital transfers. For example, Wekwatio Fund, Table Banking, Youth Fund, and Empowerment for Women, Youth and Special Programs. The committee is concerned as to whether these allocations will be absorbed at their current classification and recommends that they be reclassified to recurrent votes. The committee observed that the county treasury has proposed to collect 3,092,928,582 Kenya shillings from ordinary or own source revenue. This projected amount is above 3,092,784,053 Kenya shillings that was approved in CFSP in 2025, as well as the actual revenue collected from previous financial years. Honorable Speaker, the Budget and Appropriations Committee made the following recommendations. As it received and took into consideration recommendations from sectoral committees arising from their engagement in the respective CCMs and CEOs of various departments, and those from public, as well as the views of CCM Finance, Economic Planning, and Revenue Management. Further, the committee had interaction sections with accounting officers from the County Assembly concerning Assembly's budget. The committee also reviewed a joint memorandum from Violet Mbiti Foundation, Machakos Civil Society Network, and others. Based on the above deliberations and putting into consideration the fiscal responsibility, the committee the following. And that is a repetition of the table that I had given earlier on. Equitable share of 10 billion, 27 million Kenya shillings, and conditional grants, that is court fines, 1,617,189 Kenya shillings. Conditional grants totaling to 1,074,193,416 Kenya shillings, comprising of Community Health Promoters Project, 83.25 million Kenya shillings, Road Maintenance Levy Fund of 111,125,100 Kenya shillings, County, Rural and Urban Affordable Housing Committee, 8,817,410 Kenya shillings, Kenya Urban Support Project Institutional Grant, KUSPIG, 35 million Kenya shillings, Kenya Urban Support Project Development Grant, KUSPDG, 90,174,566 Kenya shillings. Kenya Devolution Support Program 2 Level 1, 37.5 million Kenya shillings. Kenya Devolution Support Program 2 Level 2, 352.5 million Kenya shillings. Universal Healthcare in Devolved Context from Danida, Level 1, 2, and 3, Fiscal Year 2023-2024 and 2024-2025, 43,584,750 Kenya shillings. Aquaculture Business Development Program from IFAD, 12,262,438 Kenya shillings. Financing Locally Led Climate Change Action Program, FLOCA, 137.5 million Kenya shillings. And FLOCA, County Climate Institutional Support from World Bank, 11 million Kenya shillings. And National Agricultural Value Chain Development Project, 151,515,152 Kenya shillings. Another source is hospital revenues, 997,846,534 Kenya shillings. Lastly, own source revenue, 3,092,928,582 Kenya shillings, giving a total of 15,193,585,721 Kenya shillings. The county treasury should put in place strong revenue mobilization strategies to avert in future a scenario where revenue projections from own source streams are adjusted downwards, as it has happened in previous financial years. These revisions also result in increased pending bills. The committee recommends that implementation of fiscal year 2025-2026 project should commence immediately with the planning and procurement process beginning as early as July 2025. The committee recommends that key performance indicators should be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound in the program-based budgets. The recurrent expenditure to be set at 10,597,208,591 shillings, and development be at 4,596,377,130 Kenya shillings. The resultant effect is an allocation of 30.25% to development and 69.75% to recurrent expenditure as required by PFMA of 2012 and be distributed among departments as per Schedule Annex 1. BSE observes and recommends the expenditure framework for fiscal year 2025-2026 as highlighted in the table that I read earlier on, Honorable Speaker. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, that is page 23. In conclusion, the committee recommends that this Honorable House resolves to A, approve the report and recommendations of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on budget estimates for fiscal year 2025-2026. B, approve that this report forms the basis for preparation of Appropriation Act for fiscal year 2025-2026. C, approve that this report forms the basis for fiscal year 2025-2026 final itemized budget estimates and program-based budget, and on behalf of Budget and Appropriations Committee and as required under Article 224 of Constitution of Kenya of 2010, read together with Section 131, Subsection 2 of PFMA of 2012, it is my pleasure to present to this Honorable House the committee's report of fiscal year 2025-2026 budget estimates for consideration and approval. Honorable Speaker, I will request the House to look at page 25 through to page 29 for the annexures that I have mentioned in the report. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Thank you. That was very comprehensive, Chairperson, Budget and Appropriation Committee. Now, at this point, I would like to invite members to debate this motion and the bill. Honorable Mary Kituku.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Mary Kituku. I represent UDA party in this assembly. And we all are aware that every county received an addition in this budget. And we are grateful to the national government for seeing it fit to help us work in devolution. I want to go to page 10 and discuss about the gender, youth, sports and social welfare concern that was raised by the public on several funds given, and they recommended that the combination to classify specific beneficiaries. There's a lot of duplication in these funds, and we want to work the best for the people, how they say it, we should work for them. So I want to highlight on that and ask next time as we prepare this budget from the executive that they may really look into that and ensure that there is gender mainstreaming. We have forgotten about the boy child a lot in gender, and I'd want to urge our county executive to work on that. Secondly, I want to go to finance. There was also a concern by the public that we have a high target of our own source revenue, and yet it's like we are not really getting it right. We have a high target, and we don't have enough. We have not generated enough job opportunities. So where is that money going to come from? We should ensure that our people are empowered so that after tukiutisha tax, they have money for it. Lastly and not least, Madam Speaker, I want to talk about the health sector, which got an addition of 31% increase in the budget allocation. It is good that health is very essential, and we actually needed that money. However, I want to ask, are we going to get value for that money? We don't want people to start complaining about not getting sufficient services when they go to our hospitals. So the executive, kindly look into that. This is a very good budget, and I believe the people of our county, Machakos, are going to benefit through it. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mary. That was really nice. Honorable Brian Kisila, then Honorable Joanna, Honorable Douglas, Honorable Ndeti.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First of all, I'd like to thank the committee chairman for a very good job. And you remember the reason, one of the reasons why we went to the Senate. The concern was, are we going to ensure we do the budget on time? So your committee has lived to the challenge, and we commend you for that. Chairman, I've just got two concerns here. If you go to page 5. Page 5, how are we linking the budget to the ADP and CIDP? Because in your document, the budget should be program-based. And we should be saying, these are the projects which we are going to do this year. If you look at last year, the projects which we did, vis-a-vis what was in the annual development plan, we are way off. So how are we going to ensure this budget links and it becomes a program-based budget? There is the animal in the house, pending bills. Every committee, I'm sure all the chairmen, you saw the staggering pending bills we have. And honorable members, we need to audit these pending bills. We are going to leave there, in the next 5 years, when we leave, we might leave a pending bill of almost 7 billion shillings. If you look at every committee, it looks like we are doing projects, but we are not paying people. Even I have one of the contractors who wants to demolish one sand dam. He has not been paid. I've been beseeching him not to demolish it. How, as an assembly, how are we going to address the pending bills? Because it is becoming a serious issue. You might need to tell us how we're going to do that. My other point is on Department of Health. We are having FIF money being collected. In the committee, we never saw it being budgeted for. What regulations are we going to ensure that Machakos level 5 and level 4s adhere to PFM Act when they are procuring those services? Because it looks like they think it's an open check. And I think it should come to this assembly where we approve what they're planning to do. It's a very good thing. And as Mheshimiwa Mary puts it, we are collecting a lot of money. 1 billion shillings is not small money. We also want to see value for that money. How that money is translating to good drugs, good facilities, and the rest. I'm happy that you have factored the KRB money. My last point is on revenue collection. And I think I want to thank the Chairman Finance. We seem like we are getting the traction right. But how are we going to ensure that we get the full potential? We also factored money for repair and maintenance of floodlights. All of you who are elected know the condition of our floodlights. We continue giving these guys money for floodlights, but they are all off. What assurance are we getting that we give them money and they are going to do their work? And lastly, under the county assembly, Madam Speaker, our offices are in a very pathetic condition. We don't have furniture in our offices. Every year we are providing money for furniture, but we are not getting the furniture. Is there something which can be done to ensure that we get enough furniture for our offices? We also recommended motorbikes for our ward administrators, but I never saw it here. Most of them are really struggling. In my committee, we recommended that. Is it there? It is. If it is there, that's good. So those are my concerns, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. I had identified Honorable Joanna, Honorable Douglas, then we come to Honorable Kitaka. Then Honorable Ndeti, sorry. I'll remember. All right, okay. Proceed, Honorable.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand to applaud the Committee on Budget and Appropriations and support this report. Madam Speaker, we are here as an assembly doing our work. Legislation, where this is one of the key bills which we sit here to appropriate. Madam Speaker, we have no members of the executive here. We have no chief officers here. We have no CECMs here. we have no governor here because it is our work to pass the budget here. Madam Speaker, as alluded by one of the members in the morning, I don't have to go to the offices, run from one office to another, begging and pleading for the development to be done in my ward, when I am here doing what I am supposed to be doing. So, Madam Speaker, we are here today to pass a budget worth of slightly more than 15 billion and expecting work to be done in our wards equitably, equally, whatever term we may need to use. So, Madam Speaker, we had interrogations with the various committee departments, and Madam Speaker, we gave our recommendations. We have trusted the Committee on Budget and Appropriations that when they sit to engage and prepare this document, or that all our interests, all our concerns, even for the public, are taken care. I have looked at the recommendations which the various sectoral committees presented, and I've always been asking myself, because I have an history of the other budgets, at what point are those recommendations effected? I am not very sure. Maybe the chair will be able to address that. I have seen, for example, I'll just quote two examples. For example, the committee, I'll just quote an example. The Committee on Education and Social Services Committee, page 12. The sectoral committee recommended enhancement of capitation funds by 50 million. And we know capitation was meant to improve our vocational training centers. That was a very nice recommendation. The question would be, was it effected? At what point are these recommendations effected? Because on the same, just quoted one, on the same, we have seen what was raised in the morning, that the resource envelope, financing of the, that is page 9, financing of the financial year 2025-2026, which is amounting to 15 billion, 42 million and all that, less the Kenya Roads Board funds. But then on that page, page 19, it comes up as a recommendation also from the committee, just like any other recommendation from any other committee. At what point are these recommendations effected? Madam Speaker, I would also wish to state that it is very important, and we appreciate that at some point, even during the campaigns, Her Excellency the Governor had a very nice manifesto. But to me, sometimes these manifestos are generated from the House, not considering the wishes and the needs of the common mwananchi. I will still quote one flagship project which was in the Governor's manifesto of the daycare centers. And I have been asking myself, the people of Mutituningelani ward, whose ECD classes are falling down at a very pathetic state, are they aware, do they appreciate the daycare centers which are being built in the urban areas where they target a person like myself who is expected to drive in there, drop my child, they are taken care of, when those poor people out there are there wondering their kids are subjected in a very poor, pathetic learning environments. So, Madam Speaker, as much as we would like also to embrace the manifestos, it is also important to generate the manifestos from the ground and ask the Mwananchi what best suits them so that we can have the best manifestos ever. Madam Speaker, I will not dwell much on the pending bills. I have just been looking at Annexure 4 and assessing the trend that we seem to be showing attempts to clear the pending bills. But when you look at that table, opening pending bills for the financial year 2022-2023, 3.4 billion. Then we paid a bit of it, then added other pending bills. We paid a bit, added, and the final net effect is that we have moved from 3.4 to 3.9. If we continue paying and incurring more, paying less and incurring more, where do we expect to be by the year 2027 and beyond? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Before you go, please take me to the recommendation on KRB. Where did you say they were? Which page?
Page 19.
Page 19.
Page 19, item 2, Roman 2.
Roman 2.
Yes.
Yes, thank you for that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Joanna. I had allocated, it was Honorable Douglas, then Mheshimiwa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker,
I'll give you an opportunity as well.
for catching my eye. First, I wish to applaud the Chairman, Budget and Appropriations Committee, together with his members. Despite the ups and downs which we have had in our assembly, they didn't disrupt the budget making process. So we can clap for them. Secondly, we also ensure that we met the expectations of the people of Machakos County. It would be the greatest embarrassment assembly to our county if 30th of June would have expired without us passing our budget. But I wish to thank the honorable members from both majority and minority, despite the high political heat which has affected the flow of work in this assembly. Today you kept away your political differences and you came together to work for the people of Machakos County. I applaud the entire county assembly members for maintaining calmness and ensuring that the business of the house takes precedence. You can clap for yourselves. Madam Speaker, Honorable Mike, please stop interrupting me. Madam Speaker, my attention will go to various sectors which we have always been allocating money to. And at the end of the day, when we move to the ground, nothing is happening. I'm sorry for that. But I don't know what we are going to do as a county assembly. Because one of our key responsibilities here is legislation. We have done our part. Today, we are giving the governor of Machakos, together with her executive committees members, a budget of 15+ billion. In the same budget, we have captured over 4 billion towards development. And then if you move to some of the wards, nothing we can show, nothing tangible we can tell our people that the county government of Machakos has implemented. And I'm going to give very simple examples, Madam Speaker. One, During our first financial year, everybody felt that the county government of Machakos was working. We did roads across all the 40 wards. We did dispensaries across all the 40 wards. We did classes and so many other projects. But up to date, majority of these dispensaries, which were done during our first year in office, still remain closed houses, closed buildings. Some are becoming stalled buildings. Nothing at all is happening. My attention has been drawn to the health department, and it is a committee that I sit in. And I remember during one of our meetings, engagements with the CEC and also the chief officers, we highlighted the need for us to prioritize equipping and functionality, making these dispensaries functional. That has still not been captured in this document. And I don't know what we have with that. Honorable members, you'll bear me witness. Next year, a time like this, we'll be here passing another budget. But that time, everyone will be busy going for campaigns, looking for campaign money, looking on ways and means on how to secure our positions. Nothing much will be in a position to do. This is the only budget which we should be proud of, and we should be very key to ensure that it is implemented for our people, to ensure to know that we have been in office and something has been happening in Machakos County. The other issue, Madam Speaker, which I'll also highlight, is on the Department of Roads. Despite the fact that the governor wants to do some major flagship projects, which obviously will give her a legacy on the time of office when she was the governor of Machakos, we still have the feeder roads. And the greatest challenge that we have, more especially to the elected members of the county assembly on the ground, everywhere you go, we are being reminded on our feeder roads. Today, as I stand here, the other day we had a meeting with the governor. And we were assured that every ward has been allocated a budget of 1.2 million to fuel our graders so that we can do feeder roads. That was in March. Today we are closing the financial year. When the chairman budget was asked on it in the morning, he was not in a position even to respond to us the current status. Our roads, our feeder roads are still in very degradable situations. What are we going to do? I urge the office of the governor, I urge the CCM members, the chief officers, the directors, because us as a county assembly, we are doing our part. And we are doing our part without making any demands, because it was our constitutional responsibility. Please, let us ensure that we serve and we work for our people. A time is coming when we'll give an account of what we did. A time is coming when we'll tell the public the truth and nothing but the naked truth. As an MCS, we don't have any kit. Our responsibility is clearly stated in our constitution: legislation, representation, and oversight. We don't have the capacity to do roads. We don't have the capacity to issue bursaries. We don't have the capacity to equip our dispensaries. We don't have the capacity even to support our farmers with seedlings and fertilizer and such a few. So, as an assembly, I'll applaud you. And I'll applaud more the Committee on Budget for job well done. And Madam Speaker, maybe before I sit down, allow me also to capture something on rural electrification. In our last budget, we gave out a budget of 80 million towards rural electrification. The other day we had budget interrogations with the various departments. And to my surprise and majority of my colleagues will bear me witness, our departments have not been in a position to absorb more than 20% of the budget that we gave this year. Who is the problem? Why the delay? When are we going to solve? For how long are we going to solve this?
Point of information. Point of information, Madam Speaker.
Proceed.
Yeah, Madam Speaker, I think what now the member is saying is trying to say is not correct, because when the chair was reading, I think he has already the report asked the exact percentage of both recurrent and development budget for the financial year. And Madam Speaker, it doesn't stand at 20% as he is insinuating.
Thank you.
Madam Speaker, I don't know whether I didn't need that information, because my point is very clear. I'm talking of budget absorption. What we have done on the ground, not is what in papers, what is in these papers. And majority of these members can bear me witness that majority of our departments have not absorbed up to 20% of the development budget. Madam Speaker, I support this budget. I support this report. I stand to support this report. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Ndeti, then Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Minority Leader. And then I had given earlier, I think people have, Mheshimiwa Kitaka he had requested, but he's not here. Then I'll now identify Honorable Mutie, Honorable Maike, Honorable Mulinge, Honorable Katiti.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you
Member for Modesia. Yes.
Okay.
Member for Divine. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand here to congratulate the committee for budget. I personally feel that they have done a good job, because being the chair of gender and equality, I see that there is a good allocation for gender mainstreaming. There are quite a few outreach activities that will empower our women on the ground. The other area that I would like to comment on is I sit in the Lands Committee, and we have got one flagship project that as a committee we've really been praying that it works, and that's the spatial planning. And I have noted that funds have been allocated to pay the consultant, because you very well know that spatial planning will be able to enhance our resource envelope once it is done. My other area I would like to comment on is revenue collection. I think, pending bills. I note that the new regime has only accumulated pending bills on roughly about 6 billion. 600 million, sorry. No, let me read it for you. If you check closely, 2022 pending bill was 3 billion 460 million 52 426, and now it is 3 billion 967 265 014. The difference is about 600 million. Is this 6 billion? About 600 million. I think for sure they have done well, but that does not mean that they should continue to accumulate pending bills, because if a county or a government does not pay suppliers, this affects the economic activity of that county, of that country. So it is these suppliers, once they are paid, will create economic activity by employing our youth, by delivering more services to the county. So I think there should be more allocation on funds to take care of the pending bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think we learn every day. And I have come to appreciate that I am not the way I came when I joined the assembly. I like following processes. And honorable members, I think what we were talking about today, while we want to approve this budget, which I support because I'm a member, I think we needed to interrogate the county fiscal strategy paper more in depth, because it is the one that has informed the budget. If we were not able to interrogate the county fiscal strategy paper properly, we may not have a lot of leeway with the current budget unless we are waiting for a supplementary budget. I also, in my, interacting with honorable members, I hear honorable members saying, I want this project to be included in this financial year, or last financial year, or even the next financial year. Honorable members, you remember we passed a CIDP here. That is 5 years. We have never revised it. Honorable members, we keep passing annual development plans here. So, issues to do with Machakos Central Ward were captured in their generality in the CIDP, but in their specific nature, they are captured in annual development plans. So, it may be very difficult, even when you want a certain project that was not captured in the CIDP and has not been specified by ADP, it may be very difficult. So let us really, even as we wish, we have a wish list, let us go back to our CIDP, let us go back to our ADP, but most critically, when the county physical strategy paper is brought before this house, we may want very much to interrogate why we have a ceiling for health at 1 billion and for environment 300 million, and at that point negotiate so that we increase the priority projects, play around with the ceiling at that point.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order. Madam Speaker, can
on which standing order is he standing on?
Madam Speaker,
I thought we said
Madam
we
Speaker,
need to speak on which standing order, Madam Speaker?
Standing order number 78. I want to explain something, and also inquire, from the leader of majority, and also inquire from the leader of majority. He has passionately told members, all HR members, on where we should get projects which are to be done. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, I'm saying the leader of majority is trying to lecture us on where we should get projects. Yes, I agree with him. That is from the CIDP. But Madam Speaker, can he tell us whether the youth empowerment program was captured in the CIDP? Thank you.
Madam Speaker, can I proceed?
You may proceed.
First of all, Madam Speaker, I feel attacked because the honorable member has not told me what standing order number 78 says. I think he has just quoted just to be within the law. On the other hand,
I'm here to protect you.
Yes.
Because even that standing order says other
I actually want to bring to your attention, Madam Speaker,
don't dwell on
the
it.
standing order.
Don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on it. I'll protect you. Proceed.
You will protect me.
Yes. Proceed.
But I want to say the member who was standing on a point of order has been caught red-handed, lying before this house. Hands up. Madam Speaker, I said I keep learning, and I appreciate that it's a learning process. Yeah. And unless you have an open mind, honorable members, that is why the honorable member wants to sneak in points of order that does not exist. What I was saying is, at the county physical strategy paper, I think that is where, and I might be wrong, and I want to learn. Yes. That is where you would want to see which ceiling to increase, because most of the priority projects are within that department, and which ceilings to reduce. Because we already have an approved county physical strategy paper with set ceilings. So the budget is informed by that specific ceilings, and I beg that, with your guidance, that we shorten debate on this matter, and if need be, during supplementary budget, we can via funds to different departments, as may be prioritized. That is it. The other thing, Madam Speaker, is matters to do with pending bills. And I always say, His Excellency Governor Mutua did his 10 years, and he did what he did. At the time of assuming the current reign, we had around 3 billion in pending bills. I have been informed by but I don't have the exact figure. 3.4 billion. It has only risen up to 3.9. So I want to congratulate the current regime, because it is a little bit slower in terms of incurring pending bill as compared to the last regime. So, and also request them, as a first charge, they be including, monies to pay pending bills, because we are talking about our own people. Our own people are the one who look for this job, and once they finish the jobs, we would request that they get paid, even as we look at how we are going to pay a pending bill of 3.4 that, was left by the other regime. Okay. Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Majority Leader. Then there was Minority Leader. Then, in that order.
Thank you, Madam
Honorable
Speaker.
Mutie, you are in the list. Now I'm recording names so that I don't forget.
Thank you,
Honorable
Madam
Kitaka,
Speaker.
I gave you an opportunity that you disappeared, but I'll still give you. What I would request of members, Minority Leader, it's that we take the shortest time possible.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want also to inform the Majority Leader, Dr. Alfred Mutuan did just do what he was supposed to do. He did great for the county of Machakos, and it is courtesy of him that today they are just renovating and relaunching most of his projects. Back to the document that we are looking at today, Madam Speaker, my attention has been drawn to some few items. I can see the CCM Finance or the Treasury has tried to give some explanations so that it can suit the agenda. But for the last 9 years I've been practicing accounting. There are things you cannot classify as they are trying to force, because whether the intended is for a long-term purpose or not, some of the items, for instance, like the emergency fund, if you look at it, it has been classified as a development program or fund. But in reality, Madam Speaker, development items are items that are either supposed to create assets or they are long-term in nature. Yet and recurrent are items that are normally operational or used on day-to-day basis. And that's what, even as the Committee on Budget, next time when they are looking, they need to ensure that they capture these items properly, because a furniture cannot be a development item. And fittings. It's, for instance, for emergency fund, when we classify it as a development item, let's say there is a disaster and we buy food, we buy bedding items. Are we still going to classify those items as development? They can't be, because they are recurrent in their nature. And there are also some 105 million that have been classified as development under the Department for Gender, Social Welfare, Youth and Sports. For instance, the Wikwatio Fund, Table Banking, Empowerment, and the Youth Fund. Madam Speaker, these items, they are supposed to empower and they are recurrent in nature. So, and they are meant for consumption. So, there is no point of classifying them as development item. And this is what I want to advise the budget committee. We know the game. We know the trick that the department or the CCM finance is trying to play. Our ceilings, our expenditure in terms of recurrent expenditure is overboard because of the wage bill that has been growing every day. And that's why they are trying to hide some items to be reclassified as a development items so that they can meet the PFM Act Section 107, which recalls for a 30-70 allocation for during the budgetary. So these are tricks, and Mr. Chair Budget, we want you to go and tell the minister where they are trying to hide. We are seeing them, and next time they need to classify these items as they are supposed to be. Otherwise, in future, might be a cause for turning down the budget. And also, Madam Speaker, we also want to encourage the executive to focus and use these funds that we are giving them to serve people. Because, Madam Speaker, for the third year in a row, we'll now be allocating funds to Wikwatio Fund, Table Banking, and now we are doing it again. Yet our mothers, our young people have never been benefited from these funds. We are returning again. Now we have 105 that has been budgeted for the same. So we want to ask the executive, if it is things to do with regulation, let them fast track. And if the minister or the person in charge, they are not able to come up with the proper regulations, then they should not budget for this thing. These funds otherwise would have been reallocated somewhere and serve a different purpose, because we still have young people in the villages where there are no playgrounds, yet we are denying them an opportunity to have them impacted by just allocating funds to areas that have no regulations and do not also have proper policy that allows them to be implemented. And the other thing that I've noticed, Madam Speaker, despite that we all want development, today we are adopting a document that is more of cash intensive. And I don't know what is the obsession with the county government of Machakos, where they are so keen on sectors that are cash prone. Sectors that in terms of accountability is a challenge, yet they are denying critical sectors like road, water, funds that will transform the lives of our people. So, Madam Speaker, and lastly on education, our core mandate is the ECD education and the tertiary institution, especially the vocational training center. And Madam Speaker, if you look at the budget for the Department of Education, almost 80% is going to the empowerment program, around 144 million out of the 207 that has been set aside for the department. So, Madam Speaker, we know the intentions are good. We want to empower our young people. But, Madam Speaker, will it not be good if the governor focused on strengthening and ensuring that we have quality vocational training center within Machakos? And even if they really want to support our young people, instead of training them for just 3 weeks and release them with certificate that cannot function in our Kenyan economy, we should strengthen our vocational training centers and even make them free if we really want to touch lives, so that all the young people, all the youth, those who want to go and learn can join those vocational close to them, so that they can earn valuable knowledge that will transform them. Otherwise, if we just continue focusing on projects that will provide an opportunity for misuse of public fund, then we'll be missing the entire point. And lastly, Madam Speaker, we also want to make a comment in terms of our wage bill. We are at 42.6%, but every day the county is hiring, regardless the directive that was given by this House. We had adopted a resolution that for non-critical sectors that do not require huge workforce be altered. But Madam Speaker, just the other week, when we had existing village administrators who are on permanent basis, we still went ahead and hired another set of ward administrators. So what implication is this going to have? It means we are going to have lesser funds to channel to our development program. So that needs to be looked at. And finally, on the pending bills, assuming that at the end of 2022 we were at 3.4, if you look at what we have now, what the current regime is saying that they can own, around 1.4 billion that has been accumulated over the last 2 years. If you do it cumulatively, then at the end of the term of the current regime, we are going to have 2 times the pending bill. So if you compare 3.2 billion for a period of 10 years, it gives you an average of 320 million per annum, compared to now what we have. So, which is 1.4, which has been accumulated for the last 2 years. So it means it is double what was being accumulated at that point. So I support the report, and we want to wish the governor well as she serves the people of Machakos, and she should focus and stop putting conditions that people have to sing to a tone so that she can work in our respective wards. Because today we are passing the budget. We didn't ask her to come and hang around the assembly so that we can look at the budget. So our expectation, as we give the 15 billion budget to her, we expect her to implement it impartially and make sure that some areas, because if you go even to, for instance, like a ward that was headed by our late Honorable Gideon Sol Kavu, where she adopted and agreed to be the representative for that ward, they are also suffering, and there is no an MCA who is disturbing her in that ward. So it is a case of just incompetence. So let them deliver to people and serve people accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, members. The next in the order is Honorable Mutie.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'd love to give thanks to the committee for doing their work. And I do not want to tie up members with many things. I will only be specific on one thing, and this is the resource envelope. The resource envelope is quoting about 997 million as hospital revenue. Honorable Speaker, the 997 million, they are part of the 15 billion that has been appropriated. Needless to say, when we were interrogating the sectoral budget for the health department, all the hospitals were not allocated any money for development. The answer was they will utilize the money that they collect in those facilities. Now, in this budget, you have also budgeted the money that is collected in hospitals, and yet the hospitals have not been allocated anything. The chair budget, you will need to clarify whether you have also taken money for hospital to build roads. Because as it is now, the money being collected in hospitals is part of this budget, and the hospitals have not been allocated anything in the budgets. So I think considering the facility improvement financing and the infrastructure that has been set in regards to how the hospitals will manage their revenues, I thought that we should have the same 997 million as projections for specific hospitals. If it is Mwala level 4, collecting like 1 million every month, an equivalent of 12 million, then that 12 million should have been captured under Mwala level 4. If it is Kadhiani level 4, the money they collect should have been captured in the budget as their money, as their projection, if we are to say that the hospital revenue is not being diverted to other usages. This could be a challenge even with the controller budget approving your budget, because it floats that that fact that money for hospital should not be used for other works. Let us have a clarification as to how you have factored the revenue from hospitals and the expenditures therein. Secondly also, since this budget is a proposal by the executive, I will urge my colleagues, let us give the executive this budget as it is, and let us oversight them against what they said they will do. Let us not labor so much trying to interfere with the budget. Our work is to oversight. If the executive said they will build roads, let us give them money to build roads. And thereafter, let us ask them, we gave you the money to build roads. Where are the roads? So that we will not appear to be interfering with the role of the executive. I would not speak much, Honorable Speaker. I endorse this document, but I would love the chair budget to explain how he has factored that provision of hospital revenues as part of the budget and allocated zero to all the hospitals. I thank you.
Thank you very much. On the line is Honorable Maeke.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think what Mheshimiwa Vincent has said really makes a lot of sense, because we may labor so much trying to put things from one corner to another, and then by the end of the day, things are not done in the right way, and then somebody somewhere complains. However, Chair Budget, my question is, I think you've stipulated a lot of inputs, because in the budget making process, public participation is a key informant in terms of how we are going to make our budgets. As much as it's the work of executive, it must be informed by the will of the people whom we represent. I need the attention of the chair budget. Mheshimiwa Vincent, thank you, but I need the attention of the chair. Andres? Oh, Andres the chair. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that correction. So, Madam Speaker, we've stipulated, and I want to go first to the Department of Finance. The Department of Finance has repeatedly, since the first budget we gave them, spoken about a certain program that was to announce. The first time we gave them money, we continue giving them money. I remember during the committee of the whole house, when we were interrogating the CCM Finance, he said they are no longer procuring that software, but rather they got into some working terms, which they've never revealed how much percentage of our revenue goes. And I think the Chair Finance should be in a position also to help us understand how much money is going. After we collect our money, how much money is going. But on the contrary, the same has been captured, that the finance needs more money for the same. So there is no clarity over the same. And when we were doing, we were being taken through the budget, it was noted and it was said, oh, this is not the making of the assembly, but it is the CCM making. And it was promised while we were doing on the committees that they'll go find out the answer and bring it to us. And I believe bringing us to us is either you reduce that money and you put it somewhere else, or that money is given, because we went to the committees, and I believe the Committee of Finance, the Committee of Budget brought together our proposals, and they should be there. I've seen also a proposal to the education docket. Madam Speaker, you understand our polytechnics, our TVETs are totally dead. Kimutua, which used to boost of over 150 enrollment, has only one student now. It's unfortunate. Go to Lumbwa Polytechnic. I wish Mheshimiwa was here. It is dying. Yet all the tailors, I don't know what other empowerment we are speaking about giving youths if our local polytechnics cannot get capitation. Madam Speaker, you've heard that there is a proposal for 90 million to be given to the education docket and go straight to the capitation. Our polytechnics have tutors who are being paid in a lot of money by the county. But by the end of the day, we lack some of the materials for these students to practice with. Madam Speaker, it is high time, as I said in the morning, we stop passing budgets for show off, but we pass budgets which have posterity and future, and putting that today we are here, and we may be like passerbys. After 5 years, others may be here. After other 5 years, others may be here. But whatever we shall leave is a legacy that during our tenure, we either killed the TVETs completely or we helped them. Madam Speaker, you remember in our first year, a lot of money was, you remember there was a lot of tussle in the education committee when the chair was trying to ask about the money for capitation. And from that time, the TVETs have never got capitation money. Madam Speaker, I would support this budget with all my body parts. But my prayer would be, let's be real and let's put money where it matters, Madam Speaker. And as I finish, Madam Speaker, we've spoken about also flagship projects. And I congratulate. Yesterday I saw Mheshimiwa from Katangi, very happy, demonstrating and showing to the world what good roads can be done. Madam Speaker, it is unfortunate that the same projects are big but are happening in Mavoko, Katangi ward, but they are happening at the expense of our other wards. Our prayer is even this capitation, even this KRB money which has come, not to go to those big projects. Let's also, because the purpose of devolution is for work to be done to every corner. My prayer is, as we put this oversight, we are going to pass the budget, but personally, we are going to get oversight in the next level. If it is making noise, we'll make noise. If it is asking question, we'll ask question in the right direction, the right place, which is here at the assembly, without fear of intimidation, without fear of everything. So I support the passing of the budget and giving the governor the money she wants, so that by the end of the day, we will be able to start asking questions based on the budget. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Mulinge.
Thank you, Madam
Honorable
Speaker.
Felix Ngui, you will be the last.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. First, I would like to appreciate members, because today we have a very peaceful debate and well-organized members. So thank you for that. Madam Speaker, I would like to talk about this budget that we are passing. Madam Speaker, we know budget, we talk about big digits, 15B, big numbers, but it is going to become realistic when these numbers are converted, all are actualized in terms of projects in 40 wards. Madam Speaker, the reason why I will support this budget, because I've read it is carrying big numbers, big digits, written in good English. But Madam Speaker, going back to the days I was schooling, those days I was very good in mathematics and issues to do with the community development. The budget, although I've said I'm supporting it, is not photo-friendly, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I've checked. The reason why I'm saying it is written in big number and it is rosy, check the development budget for education. But going further and analyzing what is allocated to ECD classes is less than 18 million, when we have more than 600 ECD classes. So that's why I'm saying it is rosy. Madam Speaker, again, what has been allocated on roads, checking the 40 line, a huge amount. But what goes, what resonates with the essence of devolution is to have good roads in the communities, accessible roads, but their location. If we can calculate the allocation per ward, my ward will not get even more than 5 million. Reason? Because the county government is intending to do what is supposed to be done by the national government by tarmacking roads, and at the expense our small roads in our rural areas. Feeder roads, that, Madam Speaker. For instance, in Muvutiki Makimo ward, I've checked the 581 million. Muvutiki Makimo residents are all voters. They will not benefit from that. But what they will benefit with, very little amount for grading. Malaming, again, it is a story. So, Madam Speaker, I'm not happy, but I will support the budget, but I will urge the committee for budget. You are our soldiers. you are wise. Because you start first stage analyzing budget, putting fingers, whatever. And you must take care of our wards, of our electorates in what you are putting in the budget. I've tried to compare, Madam Speaker. I saw the budget estimates for Makueni County. What is allocated for feeder roads, expansion of roads and grading, ours is a drop. Meaning that it is not a needy-based budget for the wards. But I will reward again the executive and the committee for budget, because they have tried to resonate with the governor's manifesto through empowerment of youths, empowerment for women through table banking and the Wikwatio Fund. But I would like to educate them. Without the proper education for youths, all our children's, chakula mesani will remain to be a dream. So, Madam Speaker, I will support the budget, but next time, I will be very keen to say no. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Honorable Katiti.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for catching my eye. I'm a representative from the then ward. I represent my people. Today, I want to do one of my roles, one of my roles that I'm supposed to do in the Constitution, the legislative law. Today, I'm here to pass the budget so that my people can get the right developments that they gave out from 2022-23 all the way to this year, because it's important that the developments must reach our wards. Some of the things that I want to say, there is a recommendation that came, there's an advisory that came from the COB on 20th May 2026, and it was received here in the Leaders Assembly on 26th May 2025. It came from the COB on May 20th, 2025, and it was received here on 26th May 2025. One of the recommendations, the request that the COB was making, it was saying, let the department or the executive give a clarity of the development projects, programs under which the above items will be cut or classify them. Those development projects that were given by the Department of Finance.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. I'm raising on point of order number. Mheshimiwa Katiti, be on your seat. Although we are learning standing orders. Sorry. I'm standing on point of order number 27. Request for extension of time.
Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, that aware that standing order number 27, sub order 2, provides that the Speaker shall interrupt business at 6:30 p.m. for the afternoon session. Aware that standing order number 27, sub order 3, provides that the House may resolve to extend its sittings. Aware that standing order number 27, sub order 4, requires motion to be extend sitting time to be moved at least 30 minutes before the time appointed of adjournment. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the motion that the House resolves to extend its sitting until the business is exhausted. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Madam Speaker, sorry. And I call upon Honorable Kisila to second.
Madam Speaker, this is a very important motion. And in fact, I'm surprised members are walking out when we are debating such an important motion. I urge members to fully concentrate. We need to give the governor money so as he can deliver to the people of Machakos. And I want everybody to pay full attention. So I stand here to support. Thank you. I stand here to second.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I now propose the question that this House resolves to extend its sitting time until the business is concluded. I now put the question that this House resolves to extend its sitting time until the business of the day is concluded. As many are of the opinion say ayes. As many are of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Let's proceed, Honorable Katiti, and be brief, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And thank you, the former majority leader of this assembly who never finished his assignment. Yeah. I was saying this. Today, I'm passing my budget. The budget of this of 2025-2026. That is prudent and paramount for us as a county. I was saying, on May 20th, there was an anniversary that came from the COMB. It was received here on 26th May 2025. It was touching so much on some of the programs that should be classified as recurrent, and now in this budget are classified as development budget. And then there was this request that it said, it requests that a clarity should be provided under which these items will be, the above items will be incurred, or else classify them or reclassify them as a recurrent. So I've seen that kind of classification about the Wikwato funds, and Mheshimiwa from Kinanie has made good elaboration about the development projects, the development items. So my worry is how this classification has been made. So that I throw that ball to the chair budget. Make sure or interrogate also the budget and to see whether the classification has been done well. The other thing is about the bending bills. The bending bills is so huge. Even the committee recommendations have said the bending bills are escalating. So let us make sure that as an assembly, we look about the issues of pending bills, because these are our people that are doing the contracts here. They need their monies. They put their monies there for profits. So let us not deny them their right to pay them in time. The other thing is about the issue of TVETs. I still emphasize it so much because I have the only 2 TVETs in my ward. That today, over the last 3 years, I've never received capitations from this count, because these polytechnics or the VTs, this is where most of the people, the children that are disadvantaged financially, that almost go to those schools, to those institutions. Then if they are disadvantaged financially, then we should not even go ahead and disadvantage them to get the proper skills that they need. So let us look into that issue of capitation of those TVETs. In the Committee of Youth, we had a recommendation that 10 million let be reallocated to the playing grounds. Yes, we agree that sports are right and are okay and are essential and are paramount and are importance to our kids. but they cannot play in improper playing grounds, because our kids, our youth, they need to be empowered. Their talents has to be nurtured, but we cannot get that talent, out of that talent, if it cannot originate back from those playing grounds that are there. So it is of paramount importance that we, today, that recommendation that we made, because we are taking money from sports complex, 10 million, to those playing grounds, then let that work can be done equally. I know the money is not enough, but it can do a few playing grounds in our back in our wards. Lastly, I want to tell my people in Mudeden, from Mudeden now. Today, this is a budget that I'm passing. Yes. I'm passing a budget. Yes. And I want to tell them, my role is over. Yes. You have given the governor or the executive the project that you want to be done in our ward, in my ward. Today, I'm giving the governor the money that should do those projects. Let it not be done in isolation. And I want you to ask the governor this. If you want to lead, and if you want to lead well, then any leadership should not be meant in isolation. Everything that our people have done and have said, and all the projects that have been given by our people, let them be done equally and with equity. So I support this budget. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I request honorable member from Mudesia to take.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Take 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
If possible, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay.
I want to talk about pending abuse. About pending abuse, we are seeing pending abuse going up every year. So we need pending abuse to be reduced, at least every year to be reduced. The other thing is about water. If you go to budget of water, I can say around 658 million. For water is around 400 million. This month is the start of dry season. We need our bolts there to be repaired, because now we are giving the department money, so we need to see the good results from our budget. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. If we can be as brief as the honorable member. Honorable Mwaki was the next.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this year's budget. And I request I start with a conclusion that I support the budget. But then let me say one or two things, particularly about agriculture. Agriculture there, I see the chair budget. He has captured what we had talked about, poor seeds that were supplied the last time. Please, as you give them money, or as we give that department money, make sure that the seeds that we are getting are the right ones to be done. There is another. Thank you. We also talked about the enhancement of roads budget. But then the chair is not telling us where he's going to get the 277 million shillings we requested for. If in the next successive maybe supplementaries or budgets, you could be telling us for sure this particular committee requested for this, and we are going to get around that request this way. It will be very good, because you'll be giving us some hope. But when you just say exactly what we asked you, and then you put a big full stop, we don't know where next to go. I wanted to also draw the attention of the House to this particular Annex Schedule 1, page 24, where you have given a summary of the distribution of the 15 billion shillings budget we are talking about. And in particular, the approved development budget. If you look at the bottom, you have a total of 4.5 or 6 billion shillings for development. Then you have given 1.1 billion to roads. What that tells me is that the engine of development is roads. It is me on the floor, with all due respect. I'm talking about development. I don't care if they re-elect me or not. I care about what I'll do between now and before I get out of the place. Right? And that's why I'm saying, if you look at the distribution, and I want to call to the attention of the chair, please let us vote more money in development. Look at what you have given education. I think a patri, where is this education? 107 million shillings. How are we going to get our youth? And remember, the youth, that is the formative stage of any human being. If we do not form these people to be good citizens, as the other members have contributed, saying, what are we doing to our nation? What are we doing to our county? Let us vote some more money there. Please, I want to be fast, Madam Speaker. I wanted also to go to a schedule on there is a place, yes. Annex 3, Annex just 3, and I want to be particular on roads again, where at the end of the 3 columns, the last 3 columns, you have a more particular on the development, where you have only 40% and a maximum of 43% absorption rate. Earlier in the day, I think we were talking about the 111 million shillings for KRB, and one of the members said, why are we preparing the documentation or the procurement documentation at this time? And I want to say this, why we are getting this so low, an absorption rate in June, while we should have started spending this money very early, so that by this time we are 100%. It is very good if they have started procuring that KRB amount of 111 million shillings this early, so that by the time we are getting into the new year, at least this money will have been exhausted. The same or likewise in every other department. If only we could be going there well prepared, early enough, we do proper planning so that we can get these items early enough. Procurement, even if you don't give these contractors the what do they call them? The award letters. Even if you don't give them the award letters, the documents should be ready early enough, so that the minute you give them the award letters, they do them, or they do the projects, or they do the supplies early enough, so that this is not good. Because now if you are at 43 in roads, and we have got less than a month to go, even if there is a window of 1 more month, I don't know if we are going to get to 80% of the absorption rate. So, Madam Speaker, I wanted to address myself to those issues so that next year, or in the next financial year, we can be ready for it and we absorb our money early enough. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. I have 3 more members to give opportunity. Members, do you still wish to say something? Honorable Kitaka, Honorable Felix Ngui, Honorable Evelyn, then Honorable Member from Ikombe. Yeah. We can close it at that. Those members.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'll be very brief. I am Francis Kitaka, representing Dalane Ward and the Finance Chair. There are matters of importance that we need to look at, and especially when we talk of our own source revenue, which is very important. As the chair of that committee, I want to encourage our honorable members to support this course of improving our own source revenue. It is the only thing, it is the only route that is safe for us. At times you've realized that our monies are getting, dispatch of the exchequer is delaying. We can only get ourselves out by enhancing our own source revenue. I want to commit to the House that I and my committee, we are doing all we can to ensure that at least we make some positive impact on the same. However, Honorable Speaker, we both have a responsibility, both the executive and the assembly. I urge us as an assembly that each and every one of us should play his role or our role. And then also challenge the executive that put everything in order so that we can do service delivery to our people. Honorable members, when you look at how the money is, how our development plan is going, if we have the spirit to fight pending bills, Honorable Speaker, I would urge our executive that we start budgeting with the monies that are actual, so that if we can make extra coins from our own source revenue, the better for us. But in the meantime, let us try, as we commence the procurement plan for 2025-2026, it is important that we now narrow down to what the actuals that we have in anticipation of the improvement of our own source revenue. Once we have the money, of course, the assembly is ready. We can always do a supplementary budget. Honorable Speaker, I will not, much has been said about the education department. It is high time now we get our priorities right. Let us consider education as a key department. Let us also narrow ourselves and target the departments in priority basis. There are areas we are putting money, yes, they are good, but at times priority dictates that we put money in departments that are impactful. So I urge honorable members that we have to work as a team. The assembly cannot do without the executive. The executive cannot do without the assembly. It is high time that we come together and work as a team to serve our people in the villages. Of importance, let us allow each and every member to differ in principle and accommodate each other when you have a different opinion. Going forward, I want to appreciate the demonstration of a good debate today, which has been long overdue. And I urge members that we come together and work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kitaka. I invite Honorable Ngui.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much. I'll be very brief and to the point. First, I want to, as I support the budget estimates 2025-2026, I want also to commend the Committee on Budget and briefly talk on two things. One, we must appreciate the executive for the fact that significantly our revenue collection is improving. This ND financial year, I think it has hit 2 billion plus. That is a commendable job. That shows that when systems are put in place, you know, and the enforcement is done, we can collect even more on revenue, local revenue, and that shows that we can finance most of our needs within the county. So I urge the executive to continue pressing on, because I'm sure that this county is able to collect even the more than 3 billion shillings that has been put on this paper. We can do more and we can do better. Secondly, I want also to comment on the issue of monies that I've seen being allocated for our youths, for our women, and people with disabilities. That shows that our government is committed on matters of inclusivity, growth and social equity. That is very important. Madam Speaker, you realize that tomorrow we have Gen Z's demonstrations. Why? Because our youth feel neglected. So the commitment of our government budgeting some money for our youth is commendable. And how I wish we can even increase it in the coming financial years. Lastly, Madam Speaker, I also want to applaud the government for the flagship projects that it has been doing in the last financial year. Katangi is a beneficiary. And I heard my learned friend, Mheshimiwa Maeke, say that Katangi is getting development, you know, when other wards are not getting benefits. Or I want to say this, Madam Speaker, if you realize that we come from the marginalized sub-counties, marginalized wards, it is the first time my people of Katangi are seeing a tarmac road. It is the first time the people of Wikombe are seeing a tarmac road. So we want to thank the governor for remembering our people from the marginalized. Madam Speaker, let me finish. Let me finish, Madam Speaker. So I think it is important to say that when we are doing these flagship projects, they are not for the people of Katangi and Yatta alone. The daughters from Kalama, the daughters from Mabotiki and Makimu will be married in Katangi and in Ikombe, and they will use the same roads. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, you realize that in Katangi or in Yatta, we do not have a level 5 hospital, but we have one in Machakos. Madam Speaker, we do not have a level 4 hospital, but we have one in Mwala. Should I stand here and say that we do not have to do those projects in those other words? No, that is wrong. Let our governor continue doing these flagship projects to our people so that our areas can grow. So with that, I support the budget.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Evelyn. Honorable Evelyn.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First and foremost, let's start by appreciating the Budget Committee. They have really cut a mustard in preparing the reports. I'm here to support the budget because it's my duty and I've been mandated to do so, to give Her Excellency, the Governor, the money to work for the people of Kangundo Eastward, because the entire need of water, good roads, value addition in the agricultural products. They need quality education for the ECD children, though the budget has not stated whether it's going to employ new teachers, it's going to replace or promote, but all is going to be well. And all for this to happen, something must be done on absorption rates, especially on the key departments that touch the needs of Mwananchi. According to the report, as you can see, the Department of Water, it has got only 6% of absorption rate. And we know the needs of Ukambani at large is water. When you go to the Department of Agriculture, 17%. Department of Land and Energy, bear in mind, the county is almost in total darkness. It's only 19%. So if they could prepare early as they've been advised, I think the absorption rate can be high. And if that may not be done, by the end of next year, we'll end up having many questions than answers. So I urge the executive to be serious when it comes to working for the people. One thing I've realized and I've learned, the people of Machakos, as we talk, they don't care who will be the governor in 2027. They don't care who will be the MC of Congress by 2027. But what matters is that now is what has been done for them with their money that they paid through the taxes. So it's my prayer as we give governor the money to work for the people of Machakos, to be very keen and eager people of Machakos to get what they deserve. I support the report.
Thank you very much, Honorable Evelyn. Honorable Kiteto, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just stand to add what Mheshimiwa Wangui was saying. Actually, they said the tarmac of Katangi, Ikombe, Kidimani Road, it doesn't actually benefit the Katangi ward. Actually, it cuts the 3 ward, that is Katangi, Ikombe, and Kidimani. And once in completion, actually it will open up not the 3 wards, but 3 counties, beginning with Kitui, Machakos, and also Kiambu. In addition, I just want to emphasize the recommendation made by the Agriculture Committee, that is in page 11, that was saying the purchase of fish fingerlings will be reallocated for rehabilitation of cattle deeps within the county. Actually, Madam Speaker, healthier livestock means high yield of milk and meat. Actually, direct support to Governor's slogan, Pesa Mfukoni, for our citizens. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. That is commendable. Chair, DS and Honorable DS, please proceed. And Honorable Kinyungu is not raised his hand. Honorable, okay, Honorable Mwanga, Honorable Digital, Honorable Dalana. Proceed, DS.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, you realize that this is a special document, and at least each and every one of us saying something is very important for us. So, one, I'll start by applauding this committee, Madam Speaker. I think no one could tell that Machakos County would have this budget by 24th of this March, just 3 weeks ago. I'm very sure there are many other counties that will not have this document by today. So I must applaud all members, especially from Budget Committee. I will also applaud that, say that as a Budget Committee where I sit, Madam Speaker, we've tried and to make sure the budget is a little bit balanced. As you can see with the issue of like health, when you go to health, you will find that the monies that the Honorable Chair was talking about, that money has already been fenced very well. Because you will find every level 5 and 4s in the county have got their share, enough to be running their affairs freely without interference from anyone. So, and also the public health centers and the level 2s and 3s, the allocation is still there. So we believe, as an assembly, we've done what we are supposed to do. Now the other bit is for the executive to make sure, and I'm sure if they adhere to these, our people will be getting the best services from this great county. All other departments have gotten their share, and as an assembly, we'll also applaud what members have just said, that as an assembly, we've done our part. It's now upon the executive to make sure this budget is followed to the letter, including our own service board. We have also seen a good allocation for our county assembly service board. We believe now that our ward offices will also be will also get their share. And by so doing, Madam Speaker, I believe by come 2026 June, all time like today, if this is followed to the letter, the Machakos County will be at another level. Thank you, Madam Speaker. We all have got our own different projects that we've gotten during the last financial year from different departments. Some gotten in health, others in roads, others in sports, and so on and so forth. So far we can say, well, they've not attained exactly what we are expecting, but I believe following these, we'll have the best. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, DS. May I call upon Honorable Mwanga?
Yes, I'm on my feet because I knew I was next. Madam Speaker, like other members, I want to start by applauding the committee for doing a good job. And Madam Speaker, before I contribute on the business, I want to make it clear, because I can see Honorable Katangi is looking at me with bad eyes, The point of information I was raising, I wanted to tell him that it is only legal minds or lawyers who call their colleagues learned friend. He and Maeke, they are not learned friends. They are not. That is the information I wanted
It's a preserve for lawyers.
Yeah, it is a preserve for lawyers.
Yes.
I think now he is well informed. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay.
Back to the business on the table. Madam Speaker, I'm agreeing with all the other members and what they have said. As an assembly, we have done our part. Now it is the duty of the executive to implement the budget as we are giving them. I want the people of Masinga and all the other people represented by the members over here to know that as elected leaders and the nominated leaders who are here, we have done our part. One, we have legislated on this budget. That is role number 2 of the roles of the county assembly members. The other one, it is oversight. And I want to tell the executive, we are not going to take back seat in oversighting you because we have given you monies that you should do work to our people. Which point of order?
Which point of order?
You are not the speaker. I am standing on point of order number 20. Number 32 of lack of quorum in the House. I stood here to second the motion. But Madam Speaker, the way I'm seeing members sneaking out, I am very concerned. Even the whips are not here. Madam Speaker, it is important that we pass this budget today. And it is important that we whip every member to come back. This is a very important budget. And some of them are very good in signing impeachment motions. But they are not even here. So when you are needed most, is when you are not there. But when you are about to sign impeachment motion, you fully sign. So, and banging tables. So, Madam Speaker, I'm rising on a very serious order because we cannot continue like this. If we continue like this, we will not pass this budget. And we have burned the midnight oil. And we are ready to pass this budget today. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The ruling is we will only continue when those members who are quick to sign impeachment motion are back.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the issue which has been raised.
Madam Speaker, one member has come indecently dressed.
Thank you, members. And Madam Speaker, I wish now I can continue.
You can proceed, yes.
Mr. Speaker, before I was interrupted by, Madam Speaker, sorry, before I was interrupted by the Honorable Member for Mwala, I was saying that as members of the Assembly, we have done our part. And on the side and on the role of oversight, we are not going to take back seat. We are not going to take back seat. And to the chairs of sectoral committees, it is high time we put the ECMs and the CEOs on their toes so that they can deliver. On the issue we are talking about pending bills, why are we having pending bills? It is because of late procurement. Madam Speaker, as I stand here, even today, procurements are being done by the executive. Procurements are being done by the executive. That we are only 6 days or 7 days to close of the year. Which order? I think these orders are becoming a nuisance. And I hope it is not order number 78. Sorry. Madam Speaker. So to finish, Madam Speaker, I'm saying, let this be a wake-up call to the executive that we are not going to sleep on our job. I do support the report.
Of information. I'm informing the House. I'm not.
Proceed.
The Honorable previous speaker has just indicated that procurement is done by the executive. And I think that is part of their duty. So I don't know, I don't understand what he means.
What he meant
Yes.
is that even when we are towards the tail end of financial year, they are still doing procurement. That's what
I don't think procurement is time bound. Procurement is supposed to happen from the first day to the last day of the financial year. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Matthew, you said you will want to be the last. Honorable Matthew Ndunda.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First, I thank the committee for budget. Indeed, despite the quagmire which was in this assembly, we have seen at least they have delivered to what this assembly was expecting. And my concern, in fact, Honorable Monga is like he has already read my mind. Indeed, I was just on the point of issues of procurement. We have 4.56 billion, which is being set for the development. And I want to say this categorically. Indeed, these pending bills are being led or being supported by the late procurement. Because when such kind of activities are being taken to the late moment, you find that, yes, those who applied to work for people of Machakos, you find, yes, they have received the work, but the problem is the modality of payment. So it would be so better for the county, mostly on the matters of procurement, to be at least to be given a priority on time, since this assembly has the main budget and it has a supplementary budget. Then the question is, why do the money remain within the dockets when already we know the work we are supposed to deliver? For example, like the majority gave us a very well scenario of the CIDP and ADP. So already we know the work which the county is supposed to undertake. The assembly gives the money. Then the executive, their work is to implement. It is my request, please, through the respective office, let them take their responsibility on time so that when the year comes to an end, we don't rush to these latecomers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ndalana. Then Honorable Alphonse.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Honorable Ndalana. I support this motion 100% because our people will see what we'll do for them. And I request my governor, Wavinya Ndeti, my sister, to work for people of Machakos because God will be watching her. Let her use our money in the right way. Speaker, I thank God today. I have seen your smile many times. I thank God for that. I want to promise this assembly, you will sit in that seat until your end term come.
Thank you.
And again, I request my son, majority leader, our deputy speaker, to work together and to bring peace in this assembly. Because God is watching us. Speaker, it's the hand of God. You are there. You will go far and far and far.
Madam,
I thank God for that.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
No, just take it positively.
Madam Speaker, the member is casting as the member is casting as person that I am not a peaceful person. I am very peaceful person. For her to claim to say that I
take it positively. It is a positive gesture. It is positive. Honorable Alphonse.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I'm on the floor, please. Yeah. And I need your attention. My name is Alphonse Mutinda, representing the great people of Kiwa. First, I would like to appreciate honorable members for what we have done today. Honorable members, today's activity is very important because this will determine how the face of Machakos for the next 12 months. Madam Speaker, being today approved the budget for the financial year 2025-2026. That does not mean our work ends there. We must be there. We must be there to do our work, which is oversight. Because unless we do our oversight, I'm telling you, what happened for the last, or for this ending financial year, it will be the same. We hear our people whom we present crying a lot because what they were expected to be done, it was not, it did not meet their expectation. So as I support this budget, I also say this: let honorable members not look like as if we are depending the executive. Let them do their work independently, and we, as their watchdogs, do our work independently. And if we attain that, I'm sure we'll deliver what we are expecting. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, members. I think we end it there. But before we end it, I just want to make comments and give you tips on the way forward. We have been lamenting inside here that we are making budgets and giving them to the executive, and we say we don't see what it is that it does. The answer is with us, and we said it is through oversight. Members, let's just oversight, make sure that the budget that we pass here has been utilized in the right way and in the right places. We have two documents, I think 3, called CIDP and ADP, and yes, then those documents have everything. One of them has a 5 years project, 5 years. CIDP has everything, and each ward knows what is supposed to be done in their place. Am I right? ADP is another document that is annual. Let's just be very, very categorical when it comes to, let's go oversight properly. Let's make sure implementation is done, because the money we are allocating today is supposed to serve those projects and any other area where the money we have allocated the money. The issues that have been raised in the budget observation by members, those illegalities, those gaps, let's ensure that they don't happen again, because we have all the powers to invite chief officers here to come and interrogate them. We have all the powers to invite the chief of the CCMs of different departments to come and interrogate them and get the story from them. Why has this not been done within the right time? Why has this not been done? Oversight is the way to go, and we cannot keep on lamenting here every other day concerning implementation, and we are not doing our work. This is a mandate given by the Constitution of Kenya 2010, that it is oversight, legislation, and representation. So if you use those tools, nobody will tell you that you are outside the law. You will be within the law, and you will get the right things done at the right time. Please, I don't want to hear this lamentation throughout. Let's oversight without fear of favor or contradiction. Let's oversight properly. That is my comment. Let's proceed. May I invite the mover to come and respond. And mover, when you are responding, please, there are issues that have been raised by members, and some of them are very glaring. Please comment on the issue of issue of pending bills, of the it was what? KRB, that why is it a recommendation? Why is it like that? Also comment on the issue of on-source automation. Where did the money go that was allocated for purposes of buying the said machine to automate the on-source? And any other matter that has been raised by members. Please be able to comment on that for clarification purposes.
Thank you.
Proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to, first of all, thank honorable members for their passionate contribution and for really combing through the document and ensuring that they really want to work for their people and pushing to have projects for specific wards being mentioned. That is one thing that honorable members have been saying, that they want projects being mentioned. Honorable Speaker, there are a number of issues that members have pointed out from the report, and allow me, Honorable Speaker, to thank the Budget Committee for putting together this report in a record time of 1 week. In a record time of 1 week. And from Friday, last week, the committee has been working tirelessly. They did not enjoy their weekend, and they were working all through to ensure that we bring a good product to the House. Honorable Speaker, allow me to start by saying, in responding to the issues, by saying that this is one of the budgets that is youth-friendly. Why am I saying so? We look at development vote under youth, gender, and sports. There's an allocation of about 38 million towards development of Machawood. So I want to urge the creative arts of Machakos County to take advantage of that and develop their arts. We've seen so many of them doing creative arts around Machakos town, and we urge them to take that advantage. Again, there is an issue of developing playgrounds that one of the members questioned, and it was part of the feedback that we got from the committees. And again, to make this budget friendly to the youth, we heard their cries, and we did internal reallocations of monies from Department of Gender, Youth and Sports, and playgrounds have been allocated 10 million towards that. I want to mention about ECDE, Honorable Speaker. There was a concern from one of the members that maybe ECD centers have not been allocated some monies on development. Yes, we have 18.9 for development of ECDEs, that is under Department of Education. And there is capitation. We have allocated money for capitation this year, that is 29.6 million. That is going towards capitation for our vocational training centers. There was a question about FIF money. And Honorable Speaker, this money, there's the monies that we get from hospitals, it's part of the revenue streams that we have in the county. But this Honorable House passed a bill that was enacted, that is the FIF bill, and drawing from that, there's been an allocation of 79 million spread across the level 4s and the level 5 that we have. The lowest will get 5 million. That is the budget allocation. And the this allocation is recurrent in nature. So we have a total of 79 million for FIF. On pending bills, so that we can reduce the amount that we have, there is an allocation on development of 333 million to try to reduce on pending bills under development, and then under recurrent we have 200 million. That is provided for in the budget. It is there, and it is captured in the bill. And we urge the county treasury to ensure that they pay those pending bills as soon as possible, so that our people, maybe those who are losing property to banks attaching their properties, can rescue their properties and perhaps get their businesses back on feet. Honorable Speaker, there is a question that was asked about County Assembly and about the furniture. Yes, we have an allocation of 7 million towards acquisition of furnitures for ward offices. 7 million. 7 million. About the gender funds, that is Wikwatio Fund, and the other three, table banking and youth fund. I would kindly ask Honorable Speaker, this House to complete the remaining bit on the legislative processes, so that we can take the bills to the other side and ensure that they operationalize the funds. They have budgeted for these funds in anticipation that we are going to complete that work within the shortest time possible and in the course of this financial year.
That is the bill on...
there is Wikwatio, there is youth, and table banking. And that report is contained in this report on page 16, and stages where we are in terms of legislation. Those were some of the issues that have been asked, and Honorable Speaker, in linking this budget with ADP, CIDP.
There's one question you have not answered, and it was asked by Honorable Mutie concerning issue of hospitals and development, provisions, and omission of something like that.
Okay.
You remember that question?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have answered on recurrent,
you
and then
have?
on development. It is true, not most of them have been allocated monies for development. In the current in the proposed budget estimates, we only have Matu Level 4, Ndivine, and there is general administration for the Muindi Mbingu and Athriva and Syokimau, which have been given.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And linking this budget with the ADP, you have tackled that bit where you have thrown a challenge to each and every one of us to ensure that we go back and look at our priority projects, ensure that we have a sit down with the relevant committees and CEOs to ensure that we put that together. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. I now put the question that the Assembly adopts the report of the Budget and Appropriation Committee on the budget estimates for the county government and the Assembly for the financial year 2025-2026, tabled in the Assembly on 24th June 2025. As many are of the opinion, say ayes. As many are of the contrary opinion, say nay. The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9. The Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3, second reading.
May I call upon Honorable Dominic Ndambuki to proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to Standing Order number 121, Sub-Order 1, I wish to move the motion that the Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3 be now read a second time. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wish to call upon Honorable Nicholas Nzioka.
I now propose the question that the Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3, be now read a second time. I invite members to discuss the Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025. I now put the question that Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3, be now read a second time. As many are of the opinion say ayes. As many are of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I invite the clerk to read the long title.
A bill for an act of the County Assembly of Machakos to authorize the issue of a sum of money out of the County Revenue Fund and its application towards the service of the year ending on 30th June 2026, and to appropriate that sum and the sum voted on account by the County Assembly for certain public service and purposes.
Thank you, Clerk. Next order.
Order number 10, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, please, let's concentrate. It will take, I think it will take us less than 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Thank you, honorable members. This is a committee of the whole house, and so I'll just call upon our clerk to take us through.
Committee of the Whole House on the Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, Clause 3.
I propose the question that Clause 3 be part of the bill. I now put the question that Clause 3 be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Schedules, Schedule 1, Recurrent Expenditure. Votes R0001 and R0002.
I propose the question that the votes R0001 and R0002 be part of the bill. I now put the question that the vote R0001 and R0002 be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote R0003.
I propose the question that the vote R0003 be part of the bill.
I move that vote R0003 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote R0003 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote R0003 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed. Sorry. I now put the question that the vote R0003 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote R0004.
I propose the question that vote R0004 be part of the bill.
I move that vote R00004 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote R0004 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote R0004 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote R0004 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote R0005.
I propose the question that the vote R0005 be part of the bill.
I move that vote R0005 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote R0005 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote R0005 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote R0006.
I propose the question that vote R0006 be part of the bill.
I move that vote R0006 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that vote R0006 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote R0006 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote R0006 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote R0007.
I propose the question that the vote R0007 be part of the bill.
I move that vote R0007 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote R0007 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote R0007 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote R0007 as amended 07 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote R0008.
I propose the question that the vote R0008 be part of the bill.
I move that vote R0008 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote R0008 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote R0008 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote R0008 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Proceed, clerk.
Vote R0009.
I propose the question that the vote R0009 be part of the bill.
I move that vote R0009 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote R0009 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote R0009 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote R0009 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote R0010.
I propose the question that the vote R0010 be part of the bill.
I move that vote R0010 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote R0010 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote R0010 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote R0010 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote R0011.
I propose the question that the vote R0011 be part of the bill.
I move that vote R0011 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote R0011 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote R0011 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote R0011 is amended to be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Proceed, clerk.
Votes R0012 and R0013.
I propose the question that vote R0012 and R0013 be part of the bill. I now put the question that the vote R0012 and R0013 be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote R0014.
I propose the question that vote R0014 be part of the bill.
I move that vote R0014 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote R0014 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote R0014 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote R0014 is amended to be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Totals for recurrent.
I propose the question that the totals for recurrent be part of the bill.
I move that totals for recurrent be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the totals for recurrent be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the totals for recurrent be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the totals for recurrent as amended to be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Schedule 2, Development Expenditure. Vote D0001.
I propose the question that the vote D0001 be part of the bill.
I move that vote D0001 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote D0001 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote D0001 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote D0001 is amended to be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote D0002.
I propose the question that the vote D0002 be part of the bill. I now put the question that the vote D0002 be part of the bill. As many as have the opinion say yes. As many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote D0003.
I propose the question that the vote D0003 be part of the bill.
I move that vote D0003 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote D0003 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote D0003 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote D0003 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote D0004.
I propose the question that vote D0004 be part of the bill.
I move that vote D0004 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that vote D0004 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote D0004 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote D0004 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote D0005.
I propose the question that vote D0005 be part of the bill.
I move that vote D0005 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that vote D0005 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote D0005 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote D0005 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote D0006.
I propose the question that the vote D0006 be part of the bill.
I move that vote D0006 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that vote D0006 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote D0006 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote D0006 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote D0007.
I propose the question that the vote D0007 be part of the bill. Point of information.
Point of clarification. Before you put the vote, I just wanted to know what are the amendments. What are the proposed amendments on that? Because from what I'm seeing, Kadiani level 4, Mwasinga level 4, Mwala level 4 are not getting any development budget. Are the amendments to accommodate? And Machakos level 5 is not getting any allocation, one of our biggest referral hospital. What is the amendments before we vote?
Chair, I was also to ask you the same question.
And it has been asked. Like honorable member, like for D0007, as it relates to health services development expenditure portfolio, one, it's by deleting the figure 495,155,042 as it relates to development expenditure of health services development portfolio, and substituting therefore the 521,247,522. That is what is saying. Then in P01 general administration, by deleting that figure of 315 million and substituting therefore the figure 285. I think maybe Chair can highlight.
Chairman, yes, that is a very general deletion. We need to get to the details, because if we are passing a budget without allocating Machakos level 5 money, then we are failing. They need some. I think you need some clarification somewhere. I'm not opposing, but I'm just trying to make sure that we are on the right track.
Chair, I'm being advised to that. As you respond, you move, then respond to that question.
Okay, then let me move. I move that vote D0007 be amended as proposed.
We can now proceed and answer that.
Chair, allow me just to
if you have
make
the
one-
answer.
Just one call, just to get full clarification
Okay.
on that. Hello? Hello?
Put off your mic. No problem. No problem. Take your time.
Chair, I can see the chair budget is in labor making calls. Do we believe on documents or it is phone calls? How sure are we that whatever he is going to tell us,
I think
it
it's
is the
just-
true
just-
position?
It's just getting clarification. Of course, the figures should be there. We should read the figures. Honorable Katangi.
I have something, Chair.
Yes.
As we wait for the response from the Chair budget, I happen to sit in the Committee of Health. And I think what Honorable Member is asking about the level 5 and the level 4, I think in Kathian right, is that we have now the FIF. That these facilities will be collecting their own monies, and we passed that in this assembly. And as far as development is concerned, they will use their own collection to undertake development in those facilities. I think that is the answer we got from at the committee level, because we were also concerned about the same at the committee level, but it was clearly demonstrated that they will use the FIF fund to do their development. Thank you.
Excuse me, Chair.
Yes.
To react on what he has said, does it mean these other hospitals which we are allocating monies will not also be using their own source? I think the member is trying.
It is. He has tried to answer,
But he has not answered. Yes, he has tried, but he has not answered.
I also sit in the health committee, and I can also chip in and say what we said was FIF money is part of on-source revenue.
Yes.
It is part of on-source revenue, and it needs to be allocated in the budget. They cannot just be spending the money at will. It needs to be within the budget. It needs to be within. We need to allocate. If it is Machakos level 5, they are collecting 50 million in a year. It needs to be here in this budget. So those amendments needed to be. But unless we say we wait for them to do the budgets, and then they are brought here for us to pass. But if you pass it like this, I'll ask a very simple question. Why is Matu getting 60 million?
Matu has a level 5.
He has an ongoing project.
Yeah, he has an ongoing project.
What about
And Didine.
Andidine?
And Didine, yes.
Oh yeah, I think that's the answer we got.
Yeah.
I think I'm answered. I'm answered.
Yeah, that's why. Okay. No, I think that's enough.
But still, Chairman, we need to ensure that the monies for FIF is being utilized with approval from this assembly. That needs to be done.
Now, I think that one, Honorable Brian, we might then be required to go back to that document that we passed of FIF and see exactly what it entails.
it's that we can get those answers.
It actually entails that.
Yeah.
That
Then
they must go through the PFM Act.
Yes, then that's okay.
Yeah.
Then that's it's guaranteed.
Chair, just a quick one. I just want to get the case of, Mutchuni level 4. For recurrent, it is given as 22 million point 5. How much of this is an allocation of recurrent from the county budget, and how much of this is a projection of the FIF of what they collect? Is sorry? 5 million is the projection of the FIF. Okay, so the next question would be what amount of development the 5 million could do for that hospital? But then answer.
Okay. Let's proceed, honorable members. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. Yes, they are. They are. I propose. Okay, let's proceed. Order. I propose the question that the vote D0007 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote D0007 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say yes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote D0007 as amended be part of the bill. Sorry? As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote D0008.
I propose the question that vote D0008 be part of the bill.
I move that vote D0008 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that vote D0008 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote D0008 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote D0008 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Votes D0009, D0010, and D0011.
I propose the question that vote D0009, D0010, and D0011 be part of the bill. I now put the question that the vote D0009, D0010, and D0011 be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote D0012.
I propose the question that the vote D0012 be part of the bill.
I move that vote D0012 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote D0012 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote D0012 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote D0012 as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote D0013.
I propose the question that vote D0013 be part of the bill. I now put the question that the vote D0013 be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Vote D0014.
I propose the question that vote D0014 be part of the bill.
I move that vote D0014 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the vote D0014 is amended, be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the vote D0014 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the vote D0014 is amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Totals for development.
I propose the question that the totals for development be part of the bill.
I move that totals for development be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the totals for development be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the totals for development be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the totals for development as amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Grant total.
I propose the question that the grant total be part of the bill.
I move that grant total be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the grant total be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the grant total be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the grant total be amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Clause 2.
I propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill.
I move that clause 2 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the clause 2 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the clause 2 is amended, be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the clause 2 is amended be part of the bill. As many have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, proceed.
Long title.
I now put the question that the long title be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Proceed.
Clause 1.
Clerk, proceed.
Clause 1.
I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill.
I move that clause 1 be amended as proposed.
I propose the question that the clause 1 be amended as proposed. I now put the question that the clause 1 be amended as proposed. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that the clause 1 is amended be part of the bill. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it.
I wish to move the motion that the committee do report its consideration of the Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3, and its approval thereof with amendments.
I propose the question that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Machakos County Appropriations Bill 2025, the Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3, its approval thereof with amendments. I put the question that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, the Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3, its approval thereof with amendments. As many as have that opinion say ayes. As many as have the contrary opinion say nay. And the ayes have it. Well done, honorable members. Thank you. We are now through with those amendments. So we may now invite the speaker to come and we proceed.
May I call upon the chair of chairs to come forward and make the presentation.
Thank you, Madam Honorable Speaker. I wish to report that the Committee of the whole House has considered the Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3, and has approved the same with amendments. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, TS. May I call the mover to proceed?
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report and call upon Honorable Phoebe Koki to second.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am Phoebe Koki, a special elected member by the Maendeleo Chapter Party and a member of the Budget and Appropriations Committee. I stand to second. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I now propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I now put the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. As many are of the opinion, say aye. As many are of the contrary opinion, say nay. The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 11, the Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3, third reading.
May I invite Honorable Dominic Dambuki, Chairperson, Budget and Appropriation Committee, to present.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Pursuant to Standing Order number 131, Suborder 2, I beg to move the motion that the Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3, be now read a third time. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. In this session, we have done a few amendments to the bill that and the House has agreed with the amendments. I call upon Honorable Nicholas Nzioka to second.
Thank you, honorable members. I now propose the question that the Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3, be now read at that time. I invite members to comment on the bill. Honorable Brian Kisila.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm a very happy man today, and I want to first thank the Chairman Budget. You've done a very good job. That was fantastic. A lot of people were expecting us to not to pass our budget, and we have actually proved them wrong. And I want to thank members who have been here, 27 of us who are here. Well done for sticking around. And my last point is unity of purpose. The budget has put us together, and it has shown that when we are united, we can do a lot of things together. I'm appealing to all of us to seriously moving forward. Let us unite. Let us put our differences apart, because differences will not build anywhere, even in our home. Let us agree what has happened in the past has happened, and let us agree that the future is very bright for us. Please, let's make sure we work together for the sake of our people, and it will be very good. It will be very good come 2027 that at least even these 27 who are here, plus the ones who are at home, are being re-elected. I think it's important that, and we need to clap for ourselves for coming this far. Majority, please clap. We need to clap for ourselves so that we have come this far, and let's continue uniting. And our leaders, please. A message to our leaders. A chain is as strong as its weakest link. Unity is important. We elected you as our leaders to unite this assembly. Before any move, consult. Let's make sure that we are working in the same direction. I am one man who believes in unity. I've been praying for this to happen, and I feel that it is happening. Members, let's unite together. Thank you.
Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I come from a small village called Kombe in Mwala. But since I became a grown man, I moved to Machakos. And there was a chief in that village. Whenever he called for a baraza and people turned up, he would complain to the people who turned up that he is calling for barazas and people are not turning up. Madam Chair, I don't know what unity is being preached while the 27 of us are here. I think the previous speaker should look for the 22 who are not here and give them that gospel according to him. However, it should not be lost on us that whatever we are doing is not like we are not supposed to do it. This is our job. We have a duty either to approve or disapprove the budget. But like my colleague, Mheshimiwa Brian, have said, I want to thank all of us for supporting the report of the committee of the budget and actually in agreement that we approve the budget for the sake of all of us. And I keep repeating this, and I think it is not the very popular thing to say, but this budget, once passed, behoves us to make follow-up for implementation. Accessing government offices is not tantamount to begging for services. It is why you are represented. Everybody from Machakos Central Ward cannot go to the Department of Water to ask for a borehole. But as their representative, if I go out to see the minister or the chief officer, I would not counting it like, for lack of a better word, like I'm begging. No, I am following up because I was given the mandate to follow up by our people. So let us pass the budget, but more importantly, let us feel the urge to follow up in relevant government, institution, and offices for implementation. Otherwise, like Madam Speaker, you said, we will continue lamenting. Yeah. We will continue lamenting already when time has lapsed, saying when we passed the budget, it was not implemented. It behoves us that we follow up to ensure. And also something else, Madam Speaker, I would wish that we get regular report, quarterly report, half-year report, 3/4 report, and full-year report, so that we track progress. If we just sit here and wait for the final annual report to be brought, then we'll have been overtaken by event to some extent. So I support and I urge us to keep together, even amidst our differences. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Majority Leader. I now put the question that the Machakos County Appropriation Bill 2025, Kenya Gazette Supplement number 4, Machakos County Bills number 3, be now read a third time. As many are of the opinion say aye. As many are of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. I invite the clerk to read the long title.
A bill for an act of the County Assembly of Machakos to authorize the issue of sum of money out of the County Revenue Fund and its application towards the service of the year ending on 30th June 2026, and to appropriate that sum and the sum voted on account by the County Assembly for certain public service and purposes.
Thank you very much. Next order.
Order number 12, motion, alteration of assembly calendar and adjournment of the House.
May I invite Honorable Nicholas Nzioka, Majority Leader, to come forward and take us through the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move the motion that, pursuant to the resolution of the Assembly made on 25th February 2025, that is approval of Assembly calendar, and on 11th June 2025, that is amended calendar, and Standing Order number 25, Sub-Order 4, the Assembly resolves that the calendar, that is regular sessions, for the fourth session of the Third Assembly be altered to adjourn its sitting from today, Tuesday, 24th June 2025, and resume its regular sitting on Tuesday, 8th July 2025 at 10 a.m. and the Assembly, that is regular sessions, for the fourth sessions be altered accordingly. Madam Speaker, before I call a proposer, a seconder, I think we need a break. As you may be aware, the budget, we have been up and down because it came a little bit late. Yeah. So I urge members that we agree with this alteration so that we go and rest a little bit and also internalize and marry the budget and ADP and county physical strategy paper, so that when we are visiting those offices that I keep reminding members to visit, you have figures and data in your head. And I call upon the Honorable Ndawa to second. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I now propose the question that, pursuant to resolution of the Assembly made on 25th February 2025, approval of Assembly calendar, and on 11th June 2025, that is the amended calendar, and Standing Order number 25, Sub-Order 4, the Assembly resolves that the calendar regular sessions for the fourth session of the Third Assembly be altered to adjourn its sittings from today, Tuesday, 24th June 2025, and resume its regular sittings on Tuesday, 8th July 2025 at 10 a.m. And the Assembly regular session for the fourth session be altered accordingly. I now invite members to debate this motion. Thank you, members. I now put the question that, pursuant to resolutions of the Assembly made on 25th February 2025, approval of Assembly calendar, and on 11th June 2025, amended calendar, and Standing Order 25, Sub-Order 4, the Assembly resolves that the calendar regular sessions for the fourth session of the Third Assembly be altered to adjourn its sittings from today, Tuesday, 24th June 2025, and resume its regular sittings on Tuesday, 8th July 2025 at 10 a.m. and the Assembly regular sessions for the fourth session be altered accordingly. As many are of the opinion, say aye. As many are of the contrary opinion, say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, members. The House now adjourns to Tuesday, the 8th of July 2025 at 10 a.m. in the morning. See you then, and have a good rest.